Marcus, thanks for joining us. First and foremost, you know, I think the landmark goals, you've hit 100 goals. I think every kid where we're from wants to grow up and hit 100 goals. Yeah. Well, one goal would be nice, let alone 100. How do you feel about that, and what going forward have you still got to achieve?
Yeah, obviously it's been something like you know's coming, but you don't want to like push for it and start doing things differently on the pitch. But yeah, it felt just natural. You know, it felt like it was the next thing that I was gonna accomplish. So yeah, I'm obviously, you know, hugely proud of myself, and just grateful to be, you know, given the opportunity to play that many games for Man United. And now it's just about carrying it on. You know, you want to do even better. You want to keep improving and hopefully at least winning trophies. I
think as a kid, everybody grows up with, like, you know, you're playing in the playground, you do what you do, you grow up with having your career, Rooney's career. That's the dream. Even me coming through up until about 18, 19, you think, you know what, I can do that and I'm going to do it. At what point did you think, or did you feel settled as a United player, like actually I'm here and I've arrived and I'm doing the right things?
Do you know what, I'd probably say it was when I made my debut, because I was on the bench, I think it was November.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I belonged there yet.
Was that Watford?
Yeah, Watford away. And I remember someone got injured, maybe like 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. And like, it was the first time where I was like unsure about my ability, to play at this level. And I don't know, like it was obviously my first time being in that situation. I don't know if it's normal or, I've only ever spoke to my brother about it after.
Yeah.
But I've never like asked any of the players, like, did they have that feeling when they made their debut. I just spoke to them about it, and then we moved on. And then when I was on the bench, before I made my debut, I just didn't. It was like a complete opposite feeling. Like I felt ready, and I was itching to, you know, get on and you know, do my best and just enjoy it.
Yeah. So like, you know, I remember obviously the first goal with Midtjylland. Yeah. And your celebration, you wheeled off to the fans and everything. Is it mad seeing it from that perspective? From obviously weeks earlier, you're sat in the stand, looking at that happening, thinking if I was there, I would do. And then was it like a natural wheel off to celebrate? And who did?
And then I ended up just celebrating with them. But yeah, it was just natural. I think you can't plan for moments like that, because you know, whatever you imagine it to be, everything's like double or triple what you thought it would be. So
like the emotion.
Yeah, like I don't actually remember celebrating. Like I don't know, I was just like excited and just happy. But I remember I think we had to get one more goal when I scored goal. But yeah, like now I wouldn't have celebrated. Like I would have just went back and...
Why? Because you've done it so many times?
Nah, I think just like I'm more focused on the end goal. Like say the end goal's for us to win by 2 goals or 3 goals. Like if we're 1-0 up, I don't have anything to celebrate about yet. So I'd rather, you know, celebrate after the game or celebrate whoever scores the goal that's of that importance.
Do you feel that takes you out in the moment though? Because like you know what I mean, you're out in the moment, you're thinking about something else.
It's a special moment, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like just in that scenario, like I was just lost in the moment.
Yeah.
And I remember Paul McGuinness used to always say to me when I was like 14, 15, like lose yourself in the game. And that's when you'll probably enjoy it. But at times you don't understand what he was saying by that, but that was definitely the definition of that.
Do you feel like, because this is what I felt throughout my career at different points, it's hard to find that moment, like to be in the moment with so much going on sometimes, whether it's off the pitch or, you know, being on the pitch and things are happening or it's not happening. Do you find it hard sometimes, maybe last season when you weren't playing at your best, do you find it hard to be in that moment? Yeah,
definitely. And the more you search for it, the harder it becomes to find it. And it's a lot of it is timing, like you said. Things have got to be right. and it's a lot of things have to be right for you to have that kind of feeling and emotion, but nothing compares to it when you have it. So sometimes it's worth the wait.
Yeah, but it's funny because as a kid, that's where you live, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a kid, like, you live in the moment, you're playing wherever it is, you don't care, your parents will call you in or whatever, you're playing ball and you're just living in the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people at all levels have that struggle. But then you obviously go away, work, and you go back to basics.
Yeah.
You look like you did that in the summer, you went and grafted, went away, be around your own people. Probably fortunate you weren't in the England squad to just be away from it for a bit.
Time away from everything, and not only like I think physically I needed a rest.
Yeah.
I've probably needed a rest for a while, but mentally, like, just to have 2 weeks or whatever it was to just switch off. Like, it's something that I probably don't do enough, because we're obviously really busy and there's always something to look forward to and something to work towards. And yeah, like, I didn't know that I needed it.
Yeah.
But then when I've had it, when I've come back, even towards just the back end of holidays, I just felt in a different headspace, to be honest. I was just I was eager to come back and just get on the pre-season tour and just start playing games. Obviously we had a new manager come in, new signings, so just like start the process, and yeah, like I said, I probably needed the mental side of things even more than the physical.
What do you do to switch off?
I just relax me. I just probably watch films, play a little bit of PlayStation, but
What,
not
FIFA?
too much. No, Call of Duty.
Have you got a bit?
No, I'm not good. I'm not. Do you know what? I'm all right, but my friends are really good, so
Yeah.
they make me feel.
Wait for
worse,
rubbish.
yeah.
Like you would have done with them as kids playing football.
I like board games and
Okay.
like 1,000-piece jigsaws and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What's your last jigsaw that you did?
Last one's at my mum's. It was actually Old Trafford, It was a gift.
Yeah. Was that in lockdown? Because I saw a few people did that, the Old Trafford jigsaw.
I don't mind just after. I got it in lockdown, but I was midway. I can't start another one when I'm midway through.
You got to finish the task. Yeah.
So I think it was like maybe the following year after lockdown. But yeah, my mum, I do them and then she saves them up. She gets like sellotape out and.
Does she watch it to keep them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Is that something you do together?
Kind of, but it turns. My family's really competitive. Like my mum, brothers, sisters. So when it starts off friendly, but we'll end up counting the pieces that we find and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just something that we don't say like today we're going to do a jigsaw, but it'll just be out, and then if you walk past it, you try and find.
What? So everyone will just do a little piece.
Yeah.
Is a final piece like the piece, like whoever's done the final piece or the final few pieces. So that's like, I've done it. Yeah. No, I love it. So going forward, so like, what do you want to achieve at this football club? Like, what do you want to achieve in you personally? Obviously, what do you want to achieve at this football club?
I want to win the biggest trophies, and I've been fortunate enough to the Premier League, the Champions League, and I just feel like we can't expect to just jump back to them heights. This season we've showed at times that we can compete with the best teams in the league, and then we've showed that there's no room to switch off. So we have to find the balance between the two and find consistency. Because I believe in the players and in the staff and in the manager. So I just feel like if we perform as well as we can perform, then we don't have to worry about any other teams if we just focus on ourselves and perform as best as we can every game. For me, that's just my main focus.
I remember coming to your house years ago. I was sat with your brothers and you came in from training.
Yeah.
And one thing that stood out to me was you walking around the house with a ball at your feet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I still
walking
do
around the
that
kitchen.
now.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, that's what I was wondering, because it's like, it was nice to see. You used to obviously do extras at the training ground,
Yeah.
but you could see you were just immersed in football. You love football. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, do you know what it is like? Sometimes I don't even know that I'm doing it. Like, I have footballs around the house anyway, and then if I'm there, I'll just like start doing kick-ups, or I just try to
make a cup of tea and just doing
stuff.
like little
I could try to walk up and down the stairs doing kick-ups and stuff like that. But it's I grew up around that. Like, my brothers was always playing football. Like, it's the same now for like my nephews, and even my niece. She likes to play football. But yeah, my nephews have obviously picked it up from us the same way I picked it up from my brothers. So yeah, it's part of the furniture.
Do you feel like, obviously you're a Man United fan? Do you feel that obviously there's more pressure on you because you're a United fan and you feel it heavier than maybe the lads coming in?
I don't see it as more pressure, but I just think sometimes it's difficult because you can't let your emotions get in the way of your performance. And there has been a couple of games where, like, I think I almost got sent off against Liverpool, my first game at Anfield. Like, straight away from kickoff.
Why?
The ball, so they've played it back to the centre half, and it's gone out to the lad from, I think he's at Valencia now. I can't remember his name. But like 2 seconds after he's kicked the ball. But yeah, then I just remember all the fans shouting like off. And I'm like, that was a red. Like, I don't think that's a red. I didn't think it was a yellow, but the ref was like yellow. But yeah, that was the moment where you just can't be. And I'd played a few games for the club. I think I played like 10 games or something, 3 games. So I thought like I could deal with it. But yeah, in that moment I just realised like it's something that you have to work on. Because obviously being a fan, you feel the anger, you feel everything that the lads are feeling and watching the game. So sometimes you just get carried away, and sometimes it's happiness, sometimes it's anger. But you just have to try and find a fine line, because it definitely affects your performance and your decision making. So it's weird, like, it's obviously impossible, but you have to try and, like, I have to try and block the fans out for me to keep my emotions in check. To be able to perform at your best. Because if I don't, I've automatically, like, it's just natural for me to feel what they feel, and
so you'd be on that roller coaster with them, and you can't play football in that,
no, you can't be
way.
On that roller coaster. So yeah, it took me probably a year, to like fully be able to do it, because it's harder than what people think it is. You know, I have a strong connection with, you know, this stadium, and it's there's a lot of emotions going on at once. But yeah, I think after about a year or so, it obviously helped me play in so many games. I think I played 50 games or so, in just over a year. So yeah, being in that environment over and over again, it helps you improve quicker. But yeah, it was a shock to me how connected you stay. To that feeling of just being a fan.
What's been your happiest point this season on the pitch?
Happiest point on the pitch was individually or as a team?
Yeah, individually.
Mine was probably scoring my 100th goal.
100. Was that like a release again of?
Not 100% at it, but we was in the game. You know, we was creating chances. Could have scored 1 or 2 goals before. I could have scored 1 before as well. But I just felt like I was getting in good positions. You know, I felt like it was going to come. I just have to keep investing my energy in making the box, making the back post, getting across the front post, whatever it was that I felt needed in the moment. Just invest 100% to it. But yeah, you know, we got the goal, and then we had to defend well after that. So it was obviously a nice game to win, but you know, special day for me to get that goal.